How are we doing, guys? Welcome to the preview and the predicted lineup. Arsenal against Atletico Madrid at the Emirates. Champions League nights return. And I tell you something, I am excited for this game. I cannot be more excited for the game than I am. So as you know, tomorrow night in the Champions League, we go back and we play Atletico Madrid, you know? And listen, on paper, it's going to be one of those games where you're looking at it and you're thinking, the way we're playing, you know, Arsenal should win it quite comfortably. But you look at Atletico Madrid as a team, right? As an all-round team, right? I'm looking at them as a team, right? What we saw against Liverpool when they came to the Emirates, Atletico Madrid were 2-0 down. They bring the game back 2-2. And they only lose the game in the last minute due to Virgil van Dijk's header. If that cross doesn't go in and that header doesn't happen, they get a point at Anfield. They are a serious side. They can cause you some big problems. Which is why we've got to be playing the right players, and we've got to be on it, and we've got to do enough that we can to win the game. You know, because these are the games you should be winning. You know, these are the games you have to win. And if you want to win the Champions League, if you want to get far in the Champions League, these are the kind of games that I'm looking at and thinking, right, well, what can we do here then? You know, do we stick him on the left? Do we stick him in the 10? Do we stick him as a number 8, the holding midfield or whatever? But then you're also asking the question about the awareness of players and how things exploit themselves, if that makes sense. In the context of how, you know, Atletico Madrid set up, look, most of the time I expect teams to come to the Emirates and sit with a low block and humiliate the fucking life out of us. But with Atletico Madrid, I'm expecting them to come in full force. I'm expecting Atletico Madrid to come here and have a fucking good go at us. Have a great fucking go at us. And I think they deserve to, you know. Quality team, quality players such as Antoine Griezmann, you know. Alexander Soloff, he's there as Marcus Llorente. He's also he's a quality player. He is quality, and obviously Arteta's going to be looking at it now and thinking, right, we need to win this game. You know, we got Palace on Sunday, sorry. We'll focus on that one when it arrives, this and that. I just want to get the job done, and I want to move on, you know. And I feel Simeone's going to be looking at the same thing and thinking the same kind of structure, you know. He wants to go to the Emirates and get the win. That's what he wants to do. They did it against Liverpool, and they're going to come and do it against Arsenal. And I do think there will be quite a few goals tomorrow, you know. And it's going to be I can see a 2-2 written all over it. You know, it's going to be interesting. It's going to be a really interesting game, you know, and it's going to be a fun one to watch as well. So, yeah, obviously, you know, the referee tomorrow night's a German fella, so German referees are normally alright, I suppose. It can't be Spanish or English, obviously, because we're playing two English and Spanish teams are playing against each other. So that's the question where you want to ask where you go from there. You know, who do you bring in? You know, what kind of lineup does Mikel go with? You know, who does he throw in there? What does he do? I say there's only one 11 you can really go with, you know, and this is based on what I'd go with, because of the way the game is, just because of how Atletico will set up and how they will come and try and really push us and go through it. You know, they are going to try and do the best they can to frustrate us so fucking much. So listen, with that said, let's go and get into the predicted lineup. Starting off in goal, David Raya. Very, very straightforward. Obviously been the best keeper in the league by a million miles this season. Also in the Champions League, hasn't conceded a goal. So simple as that. Into the back four, left back, Ricardo Calafiori. Very, very straightforward. I'm hearing talk about bringing Hincapié in for his first game. No. The guy's been out injured for a month and a half. No, you can't. No. Miles Lewis-Skelly, he's good, but nah. Calafiori for me, best left back in the league at the moment. Into the centre back pairing, first of all, Gabriel, again, very straightforward. I thought he was a bit hit and miss against Fulham, if I'm honest with you. Made quite a few mistakes, you know, but obviously covered them quite well, and obviously done the things he had to do then, and redeemed himself afterwards. So I've got no issues with that one. Next to him, William Saliba, again, a very straightforward choice. I've got no questions with that one, and that's as simple as that. Right back, Julian Timber, exceptional player. These are the kind of games you need him to shine. You know, I think he'll be up against Antoine Griezmann, if I'm honest with you. So I think they will stick. I think they'll stick Griezmann down that side, and stick Alvarez as the striker. That's what I think they would do, or Griezmann will go in a 10. But either way, Timber's got to be on his game. You know, the kind of games we kind of bought him for. You know, and he's been superb. He's been quality. Simple as that. In the midfield, Martin Zubimendi. Again, he's kind of a bit hit and miss of the season. Obviously scored those 2 wonder goals a few weeks back against Forest, but apart from that, hasn't really done anything. So will be interesting. Will be interesting to see what he does tomorrow. But for me, he starts as simple as that. Just in front of him, Declan Rice. Again, a very straightforward decision for me. You know, been arguably one of our best players this season. You know, the pace, he's been moving the ball around so fucking freely. He looks like a new player, Declan Rice, and it's really good what I'm seeing from him. So that's very straightforward. Into the attacking three. Now this is probably where there's a few talking points about team selections and this and that, and who would you go with. And on the left hand side, I'm going to start. Well, I'm going to start Martinelli, based off of the fact how this game requires pace. To get in behind the likes of Marcus Llorente is not an easy job, you know, and it's not a job Leandro Trossard can do, you know. This is the kind of game that is well suited for Gabriel Martinelli. This is the kind of game that Martinelli would suit in and would do really fucking well in. These kind of games. Dictating the play, running around the opponents, you know. Doing the things he does. Perfect opportunity to give him a start, and he deserves it as well. You know, he's been an impact sub for us a few times so far this season. You know, he's scoring for Brazil. So, yeah, I've got no issues with that one either. In the 10, Eberechi Eze. Again, quite hit and miss against Fulham. Wasn't his greatest performance, but you know what? It's one we can work on, and we go again against Atletico. So, yeah, I want to see a big performance from him. On the right-hand side, Bukayo Saka. Again, a very straightforward decision. Our best player by a million miles. And you can see it. You can see the things that this man does on the pitch. Even when Benya's not on the ball, it's just the off-the-ball movements that matter so fucking much. And he is just an absolute fucking unbelievable player. He is unreal. He is just unbelievable. Simple. And up front as the main striker, Victor Gyökeres. The guy needs a goal, desperately. And I'm starting to worry about him. I'm starting to worry and think, right, well, when our strikers are back, it's going to be difficult for him to get into the team. And deservedly as well. He hasn't been doing the things we bought him in for. 75 million I think we paid for him, and he's not impressing me at the moment. You know, his last goal was at home against Forest, and it was kind of a tap-in. I'm getting worried. You know, if he doesn't start scoring within the next couple of weeks, I'm going to have some serious question marks to ask him. Because he's got to be delivering. This is a massive game, and this is the kind of game where we need him to be focused and on point and vocal in all areas of the pitch. Simple as that. So there we go. That is it for the first preview on this new channel. I'm excited. Atletico Madrid tomorrow night. I'm buzzing. Let me know your thoughts down below. Like, subscribe, do what you got to do, and I'll see you lot soon. I'm out of here.